Senator Godswill Akpabio, a former senator himself. We keep wondering, what informed your choice of that candidate? Could he be the best among the lot?
Well, look at it this way. The way when you are doing elimination, how you can get to that. First of all, we are in support that the Senate presidency should come to the South. Like I said, there should be some balancing. Anybody who loves this country, who believes in the unity of this country, who believes that he wants this government to succeed, will not hesitate but to support the presidency of Senate to come to the South and the speakership to go to the North. Now let me tell you, I've said this before, except those who never wanted Aswaju to be president. You know, in a fight of presidency, there are stages. We have finished election now. That stage is gone. They will also make sure he does not succeed. How does he not succeed? To set up a stumbling block for him at the National Assembly. Right? Now, take for example, ordinarily this shouldn't be, but with the complex nature of Nigeria, you can't run away from it. We told you the Muslim ticket was a problem. Was a problem. Coupled with the abysmal performance of APC. Abysmal performance of the last government. It was a double jeopardy. Very strong. PDP campaigned against it. That this country can have now a president, a Muslim, a vice president, Muslim. PDP can campaign with it. And let's not tell ourselves lies. Somehow, by the president's own luck, God being on his side, and his doggedness, he was able to make it. Mind you, a lot of Booby traps were set for Mr. President not to emerge as a president. A lot of Booby traps were set, even by the people in his own party. It is correct. There's no government in this world who is a ruling government, a ruling party, can bring up policy that will make a party to be unpopular towards an election period. No government. Within that period of the election, you brought the issue of data redesign. You brought the issue of there was no fuel. Two things that has to affect the masses. You will know it was a boo-boo trap set against Aswaju not to emerge. Nobody can deceive me. Nobody can deceive me that that policy was not targeted at him. But as I said, God is infinite mercy. He gives power. Man can set all kinds of traps. And God can say, look, it's not my trap. This is man's trap. Therefore, jump and pass. Jump and pass. And he jumped and passed. You know? So, now, you want to take a Senate president again from the Muslim. You want to take Speaker again from the, look, you must not be, come on, what are we talking about? Mr. President is a Muslim. The Vice President is a Muslim. The Chief Judge is a Muslim. You want the Senate President to be a Muslim? What would you tell anybody? You have to be careful. It's only those who don't want the unity of this country can even have that kind of proposal. If you really love this country, for this country to be united, for this country to be indivisible, live and let live.
Well, some people also argue that if you flip the coin,
yes,
the president is from the south, the Chief Justice from the south.
I'm coming. Don't rush.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I have seen that argument, which holds no water. But I'm coming to that. If you do that, what signal are you giving out? You are trying to, from the beginning, to frustrate his administration. Because already, there has been an accusation that why he went to pick a Muslim was to run a Muslim agenda, Islam agenda, which is not correct. And he's trying to balance this thing now, so he would, Nigerians will not see all these accusations or rumors by lazy politicians. I say, look, if you want this country to be where it is balancing, give hope here. Give hope here. Let it not look as if we are running a religious government. And if anybody loves his administration, if anybody wants him to succeed, if anybody wants the unity of this country, you won't think twice to know that yes, the way it is now, the speakership is not. You want the state president to go to North. You can't say that. We must tell ourselves the simple truth. Now when people say that, oh, how can you go to South? That's a Bangladesh. Rubbish argument. How? Buhari was there. Senate President was where? Speaker was where? CJ was not Tanko. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay, if you remove CJ, who was already there, it's not by election or by appointment. It was by his own position as the most senior in the hierarchy. Okay, let's not even go there. Are you telling anybody today that you want the way it is now, that you will not be hurting other sections of the country? Let's remove pride. Let's remove selfishness. APC should be jubilating that God has given them opportunity by the cause of PDP. God gave APC to repent from the sins they committed against Nigerians. God gave them this opportunity now. They want to bungle it again by bringing a crisis where at the end of the day, Nigerians will suffer. If you do not, if Mr. President have a smooth administration now, at the end of the day, who suffers? Nigerians, is not. We, you say, you the masses. And we cannot come out now and say, listen, what you are doing will be a setback. Let us believe that all of us are one. Let's give everybody a sense of belonging. And when you begin to say this, people can read all kinds of meanings. Oh, you don't like these people. You don't like who? Take, for example, that was the same thing that made PDP is this kind of impunity. It's impunity. You see what PDP did in the Bauchi recently? You know, when you raise up these things in our governance forum, PDP governance forum, and Nigerian governance forum, when the chairman of the governance forum, if in the ruling party becomes the chairman, the opposition party takes as the vice chairman. If the chairman is from North, when he finishes his term, somebody from the South takes. If it's from the South, remember, Fayemi finished. And his vice being Tamboa, who was the PDP chairman, of the PDP governors forum chairman, right? Tukum. Now, because he was acting capacity, Fayemi was the who had it fully. So the chairmanship position had to go to the North. And that's Akwara produced the chairman of governors forum. And then the vice, being the opposition now, PDP, had to come to South, being Sheyi. Now, Tamboa leaving office at the chairman of governors forum, who is from the North. The chairman of governors forum now ought to come to the South.
That's the PDP governor.
Yes, ought to come from the South. Now, and that's why I say, people, when you do a manipulation, you are happy you have manipulated, but you don't know the consequences of it tomorrow. When people begin to talk about those consequences, you say, oh, he's doing anti-party. What is the anti-party? Look at what you did. Impunity. The chairman of government forum of PDP ought to come to the south. Tambawa hasn't finished. Now they went there, manipulated the system, and gave it to Bala, my friend. I have no problem, my friend. But you, this thing you did wasn't right. Wasn't what I've been doing. And then if I was a governor, that wouldn't have happened. Let the entire heaven come down. For Christ's sake, what is wrong in people standing by the truth? Speaking of the truth. You have manipulated that. And I know where they're heading to. And they know it won't walk.
They made rivers.
Oh, well, for Christ's sake, for Christ's sake. We are talking about serious matters. You don't bring about it. Who doesn't know what they're playing? What's that? I was there. I never said no police. We know what they did. See, you can't play everybody all the time. But let the world hear. When the crisis comes up tomorrow now, you say, oh, they are doing agenda thing. You are the one setting crisis. We thought of what has happened to us in the last election, of impunity, of thinking you have the number. You went and did what you did. You saw the percussion. Now you have again, instead of setting the tone for reconciliation, showing that, look, we are all one. We continue to do our things the way we are doing it. You refuse. To you, you have won. You are happy. But again, having won, be happy. What will be the impact? Would people be committed? Would people be committed to that? Some people may not speak up. But how are you going to allow them to be committed in your party affair? They won't. They'll be darling. They'll be darling. You mean of all this that happened to us, people can't take a lesson from this? That impunity is still there. You see how you started? So what we are trying to say here, it's not about religion or water, but Nigeria is a complex country. And everybody saw what happened in the last election. That you can now see how people came out. Those who are supporting this now are still the same people. I hear some PDP so-called leaders are saying nobody should impose. But they forgot when they were in government. They were the one putting Senate president from all the Igbo, all the Southeast states. They were the ones. Now you are trying to bring somebody who is working with you to make sure this mass administration fails. Why do you do that? To the detriment of Nigerians. Why can't we know that? At the end of look, Father is the president of Nigeria, and I believe in 4 years. It's what you want, Mr. President. I think this is fine. Allow him. Let us see where the excuses will come from. When there's no smooth relationship but the leadership of the National Assembly and the presidency, you can't have a very good administration. Now, check it, it has happened severally. Yeah. You remember when Saraki was there was no good relationship between the leadership and the presidency. It was a problem. It was a big problem. And that affected the administration.
So you're saying that if, let's say, Senator Akpabio gets to be Speaker of the Senate, President of the Senate, yeah, there will be a good relationship with the President?
So what I was saying here, first of all, you have created that there's hope. You have given these people from this side sign that, look, we are not excluding anybody. You have created that, look, it's not about religious thing, balancing the various segments. That's what I'm trying to say. And two, I'm coming. And two, saying that the president is also in support, right, of Abadi. Saying that if the president was not in support, or is not in support, then that's a different issue. But having seen that, look, the president is in support. If he's coming to the south, by their rules, they come to South. He's the most senior. Ordinarily, if that rule was not there, probably, people might have gone to Oshomole. Probably. But by their rules, you must be a ranking senator.